The first form of video editing came around in the early 20th century after the creation of the first motion camera, which filmed at a whopping 40 frames per second. This form of editing was rather primitive and destructive, as it was linear, meaning that you would destroy the original film to order it correctly. This was done with scissors, tape, and a special kind of table, called an editing table. Great creativity, I know. The editors for that time could not view their films while editing, so as seen, they had to raise the film to the light and see what they were cutting to make sure their edits were picture perfect, as one little mistake could cause a whole film to be useless. Methods like this were used until the 1920s, when the first editing machine, called the Moviola, was made. The Moviola was groundbreaking for the film industry. It allowed film editors to view the film that they were editing, which is a major leap forward from holding some film reel up towards the light and hoping for the best. Because of the better and easier ability to splice film together, the overall quality of films had massively improved, as well as the sheer numbers of new films coming out as this process was so streamlined. So it's no surprise that the Moviola became the industry standard for just about 5 decades. So, in 1956, Ampex Corporation introduced the first practical videotape recorder, the Ampex VRX 1000. This marked the beginning of a new era in video editing, as videotape provided a reusable and more cost-effective medium than film. Videotape made recording and reviewing material easier, laying the foundation for faster editing methods. Although editing videotape was initially a linear process like film, it had one key advantage. It did not involve physically cutting and splicing. Instead, electronic editing techniques allowed editors to queue up the exact moments they wanted to cut or transition between scenes. This sped up the process and reduced the risk of ruining valuable footage. The advent of linear editing systems that could handle videotape further enhanced efficiency in the television industry, especially in live broadcasting. The Editech, introduced by CBS in the early 1960s, enabled real-time video editing. These systems relied on precise control of tape reels, and they dominated the industry until the arrival of digital technology. The next major leap forward came in the 1980s and the 1990s, with the shift to digital editing. As computing technology advanced, digital video became a possibility, leading to the invention of non-linear editing, or NLE systems. These systems allowed editors to access any part of the footage instantly, without the need for sequential edits, which was a notable change for the film industry. One of the pioneering NLE systems was the Avid 1, launched by Avid Technology in 1989. Avid's system allowed editors to work with video in a digital format where footage could be rearranged, trimmed, and enhanced with effects in a non-destructive manner. This revolutionized the speed and flexibility of the editing process, allowing editors to experiment and make changes without permanently altering the source footage. The popularity of digital NLE systems like Avid, Adobe Premiere, and later Final Cut Pro transformed the editing world. By the late 1990s, film editors can now work faster and with greater creative freedom. These systems introduced tools for color correction, sound mixing, and visual effects that were integrated directly into the editing workflow. In the 21st century, film and video editing has continued to evolve, thanks to advancements in both software and hardware. With the advent of high definition, 4K, and now 8K video, editors have access to unprecedented levels of detail and clarity. Modern editing software, such as DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro X, and Adobe Premiere Pro, offers powerful real-time editing capabilities and seamless integration with sound design, visual effects, and even virtual reality content. In addition to software, the rise of AI-assisted editing tools is beginning to change the landscape once again. Machine learning algorithms can now assist in tasks such as color grading, sound mixing, and even suggesting cuts based on patterns within the footage. This not only increases the speed of editing, but now opens new creative possibilities.